sitting right now. He is our Assistant Children's Ministry Director here at Calvary Chapel South Bay. And so I wanted to give them an opportunity to say a couple of words about what the Lord's been doing in their hearts.
Okay. Check 1, 2. Okay. Hi, my name is Andrew, and I actually graduated Patmos a year ago. And it seems like it was yesterday. Jay just graduated this past Friday. You can give her a hand for that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what Patmos is. Patmos is a discipleship program where you're, in a sense, you're discipled. I believe as the disciples were discipled, you really don't know where you're going. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 8 says that by faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to this place where he didn't know where he was going. But he knew that God is faithful and God was sending him. And for myself, last year, that looked like I was where you guys were right now. I grew up in the church, but at that time when I was called, I was comfortable. I find myself complacent, and maybe you guys can relate to myself. See, I come to the pews, I would hear Pastor Jeff share the Word of God, and it would constantly convict my heart, telling me I can do more. And maybe you can attest to that God is telling you can do more, but maybe you were like me and say, no, that's for the next guy next to me. Maybe that's not for me. He's talking to my brother, my son, my daughter. But he's talking to us through his Spirit. And when God called me, he essentially called me, like Abraham, to abandon all, to seek Christ, and take that step of faith, though I didn't know what I was getting myself into. God was so faithful. And in that, God truly, truly spoke to me that time is so short. Ephesians 5:15 says to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, for the days are evil. And I wanted to encourage you guys, maybe Patmos isn't for you. Maybe you're above the age limit, but maybe Patmos looks different. Maybe Patmos looks, 18 to 30, so. But maybe Patmos looks a little different for you, and I can't tell you what that looks like. But I know the Spirit of God who lives in all believers will guide you. And I encourage you, don't grieve the Spirit, because you are missing out on what God has planned for your life. And I need to confess to you guys, and I need to confess to you, Jade, that we're not primarily up here to talk about Patmos. You see, Jade's been gone for 4 months, and God has really, really been speaking to me. We've been together for 2 years, and God has been so faithful in our lives, and he's really been speaking to me about taking the next step of faith in my own life. See, Jay, we've been serving. We met on the mission field. We went to India together. We were on leadership going to India. We went twice, and God has been so faithful to show me how much she loves the Lord, and that the love of Christ compels her. And God has just been so faithful. And well, Noel, can you come here for a second? Jane, I love you, and I don't believe it's a worldly love. I believe God has really showed me what Christ's love looks like, and Romans 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." I'm here to ask you, will you marry me? Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this. Thank you so much, Pastor John. We love you. Thank you.